A bitter wind blows from the east, brought down on a cold front. Late spring, early summer. Shiquotan has not had a easy or fruitful last year, or 5, or 10. When the wind moves fast enough and catches the right angle along the landscape, and when it comes in from the sea, an island left burnt and ashen carries the scent of smoke as far north as the cities of Kytheria and Jardoga, as far west as Marumura and the Empire of Roka, so that the peoples of Shiquotan may never forget the fire that lit the sky. Ten years ago, the continent of Shiquotan was thrust into turmoil, war, and strife. The island city known as Stella Vigilia, a neutral ground for countries, nations, and third parties of Shiquotan to trade together on equal footing. The last bastion of peace and of true neutrality in the continent. Lost to a fire. Now everyone points fingers and throws accusations. Roka believes it was Kythera that struck first. Kythera believes that Roka had tried to take the economic powerhouse that was Stella Vigilia, but failed, causing it to burn. Tiamotis has not thrown an accusation, but has had several hurled its way by Kythera, its subsidiary states, Roka, the Free Republic of Roka has its official stance that Tiamotis is responsible. Macus Sectorus has actually not thrown an accusation, but levied a theory that chaotic magic from Magicae Corda may have slipped westward to Stella Vigilia and caused the burning. But the people of Shiquotan, they hold a deeper fear. That perhaps the burning of Stella Vigilia was a symbol, a reminder, a warning that the jungles of Rormalaith are never truly silent. Conflict pulls at this continent, but not more so than anywhere else than the City of Unity. If you look to the Kythera map, players, you will see a purple city, the only one of its kind on the Kythera map. Not listed as foreign territory, but not listed as Kytheran. You will see the city of Kytheria. a large and sprawling city, unique in its kind for having very Lavorian architecture. It's old, one of the first settlements of the emigrants during the Draconic Crusades. The peoples that settled here in Kythera built the walls, the buildings, the castle that is Kytheria. But now, in this time, Kytheria has been a split city, longer than Stella Vigilia has been burnt to the ground. Roka and its invasive tendencies has wormed its way into political control within Kytheran boundaries. But Kythera and her people, stubborn as they are, did not relinquish control of the city. After years of battle that led to the deaths of thousands, a truly bloody, in fact, the bloodiest war that has ever taken place in the continent of Shiquotan in the modern era, resulted in a treaty and an agreement for split ownership of the city. Split nearly down the middle. Through the beginnings of your adventures and stories, each of you players has found you and your characters and your allies at the end of the beginning here in Kytheria. Two languages pierce the air, shouting back and forth, not at each other, almost negligent of each other's existence. You hear Kytheran loud and barking. This language that is, to you, being so familiar to you, is now something that you recognize with its own beauty and grace. But when you first heard it, when you first truly understood it, it was guttural. It was something that reminded you of almost a commanding tone, even at its calmest. Tanu, Kytheran shouts all around you as Valor nudges you forward. His deep crimson skin with tattered clothes and leather pulled up over it. Not to hide himself, but instead to keep warm. You are lucky if today will hit 13 degrees. It is one of the much colder days that you've experienced going into this end of spring and early summer season. You've just entered the city of Kytheria. Large stone walls around you. You see this old Lavorian-styled architecture with the singular tower that is on the far Kytheran side. People with hides and shawls pulled over themselves. You have come through the southern gate, as many do. And here you have found that you are right at the divisive split of the city. To your right and east, you see Kythera's own predominant side. There, before you, fur traders, meat stock. You see tools being sold. Some even being marketed as crafted from the goods out of Rome life. Fine ingredients. Potentially even magical in nature. It's a bit of a gamble with Rome life. Though, if the rumors are to be believed, anything brought from it is cursed, just as the forest itself is. Maybe best to keep your distance for now. Tanu, what's the first thing you're looking for in this city of Unity?
I'm looking for some merchant of that nature to sell to.
Of what nature?
Creature parts.
Creature parts.
Yes.
You look to the left and look to the right, and you look back to the left. You know that Kythera, though deals in goods from Normalaith, hard to oftentimes find ingredients. When I say dealing with goods, I mean solid oaks and raw ores extracted from the borders of the jungle. But you need to sell something. You need somewhere and someone who will take the peculiarities that you've recently come into ownership of. And your attention slowly drifts to the left. You see some hides and shawls pulled over, sure, but what you see much more of are heavy cotton robes with loose sleeves and a bagginess to them with many layers underneath of a second and third shirt beneath the robes. You see something that you're not familiar with, really by any means. You see Rokani fashion. You see they walk through the city streets wearing garb that is foreign to you. You remember from just moments before when you walked through the southern gate, seeing the demonic face masks of Rokani soldiers for the first time in your life, and feeling that fear that you can only imagine Kytherian soldiers must have felt, and had to endure against in the fucking great and mighty battle that was to keep Kytheria. But when you look at them here, they look alien to you almost, but not so scary. That is then dissuaded when you see that many civilian have small but prominent slid onto a ribbon, not so much a belt, almost a ribbon. Small knives, some of them larger than that. Not really considered even a dagger, but smaller than a short sword. Something in between. You're not sure what it should be called. You've heard of this. The thin blades that they use. Fragile, but sharp. And to see the average citizen so boldly walk around with a weapon, truly, the Rokani must be a fearsome people. Where would you like to go first? Would you like to ask around in the Rokani district, or would you like to try to start in the Kytherian district? You have no idea if the Rokani are going to have what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You have your doubts whether Kythera will.
Donna will start with the Rokani side.
The Rokani side.
Yes.
You turn left and make it no more than 20 feet as Valor follows silently behind you. As he does so, you see he almost clings to your side, just a little bit behind you, as you two step into the Rokani district. You notice what he's doing is he's clinging to the side where you keep one of your coin purses, as he's pushed himself close to it, so that if anybody were to reach for it, they would have to also be reaching between him and you.
As we walk this way, I'll speak over to Valor. Are you looking to sell the tail, or are we keeping that?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what good I can get out of it.
Alright, well, if we can get a good deal for it.
Describe for me the tail that you're speaking of that Valor has. Describe for me what Tanu sees. or imagines.
Yeah. Concealed as best he can in one of the bags that he has is a large tail with feathers across it. I don't know fully how to describe it, honestly, because I don't know what they look like. Do they have a stinger?
No.
No? Okay, yeah. I see. A very long, like, coiled up tail that he has bundled up together.
I will say the tuft at the bottom is made of feathers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
With a long, like, fur-covered tail with, at the end, a tuft of feathers that he has coiled up and tied up in one of his bags. Hefty for what we're carrying.
Absolutely.
One of the heaviest things we have.
It is.
So.
As you two walk forward, he does lean over to you and say, he leans over to you and just says, Tanu, if you're looking to sell, perhaps we can wait until we go to... Maybe we can find someone to preserve it here and go to a different city. As he, like, looks around to the walls and to the... now that you are 20 feet in, 30 feet, 50, and you are now surrounded in this space, you see paper lanterns and you see a lamp set up that burn a beautiful, not just yellow and orange like a normal flame, but almost intentionally brightly yellow flame inside the glass lantern. Glass lamp on the poles here, and Rokani flags draped on stone walls around you. You see that beautiful imperial purple. The signature color of Rokani royalty. Something that all children in Kythera are told to run from when they see. And you feel the weight of being in a foreign land now. As he finishes his sentence with, we don't have to sell them right away.
We certainly don't, but we're a little bit short on coin, so I think it would be wise. We can hold on to the bulk of it, make our way to Terdoga. But we should sell some of it, partially lighten our load, and get some extra coin.
No, if we sell any of it, we'll sell all of it.
Fair enough.
Just be careful and recognize. As of right now, we are standing in a foreign land.
I understand. I'll be on my best behavior. I'll be cordial.
See that you do. He looks cautiously around. A hobgoblin, orange skin, with dark black hair, slightly graying a little bit, cut short, or so you think, but you realize that instead it is kept maybe shoulder length, but pulled tight on the back of the head in a bun with a single metal needle running through the back of it. Walks past you, stout in nature, but maybe 5.5 feet tall. A very muscular build underneath the many layers of cotton. Has a silk sash thrown over his side. As you see, he walks up to you and takes a long look at both you and Valor. His eyes resting on the crimson skin of your friend, but then looking at the unusual garb that you wear even for a Kytheran. Would you like to go on and explain what he sees?
Yeah. Pull up my reference images for my benefit.
You could also post them in chat.
Oh, I certainly will. I got them already.
The Shiquotan chat, please.
Of course, it's already there. Yeah, you see, he sees somebody in Tanu who's wearing these very nice blue priestly robes with anything else. He has a book, like a scripture clasped at his hip, a bag on his hip, his other hip, flowing robes, this dark skin with these deep red eyes. His dreads are tied back by a bandana he has tied over his forehead. And wearing, unlike this image, wearing pants, thick pants that are covering most of his skin. He deliberately is wearing gloves, and most of his skin is unable to be seen with different coverings he has over his head. So right now he doesn't exactly look like that image, but overall he looks like he's wearing priest's robes. No visible holy symbol on him, but he also has his very fine... one of the nicest things on him is his necklace with this small, what appears to be teardrop-shaped piece of amber, hammered in, set in platinum, as what Tana looks like.
This individual speaks up, their voice almost raspy, before coughing and clearing it. I imagine you're not from this city, then.
I'm a traveler. Looking to sell some goods, this sort.
If that's what you're wanting, you'll need a tradesman... word. You'll need a tradesman's slip.
Are you going to go into a shop and sell to somebody?
Depends on what you're selling. If you're trying to barter, that's one thing. But if you're looking to sell goods, we run a efficient and documented city. We don't just let strangers give this or that.
Of course, I understand. I was hoping to barter is more in the nature of what I was looking for.
He gestures to your various bags. You get the feeling that this person is maybe more curious as to what you're bringing into this side of the city than what your actual intention is.
Yeah.
Their claim about bartering seems to have been an immediate attempt to try, a superficial attempt to try and dissuade you initially, but not since you are not dissuaded. Mm-hmm. They're seemingly gesturing for you to tell them what you have. You don't see any symbol of rank on this person. They could be civilian. They could be governmental. You don't know. You don't know how you would distinguish such things.
I look over. I just kind of turn to Valor to see if he has any social cues on this. Valor's a bit more worldly than I am.
A little bit. Valor is concerned by what is in front of him. Yeah. But takes a moment to think.
He gets scared all the time.
Okay, alright. I mean, I guess it's fucking something you can say about him. It's fucking rude. You know what? Yeah, give me, or I'll have, since I have it here in front of me, I will, have, Valor roll a society check.
Sure. He's pretty good at those, I'm pretty sure.
No.
No, is he not? Oh, shit. Okay.
Untrained.
Fuck. He's not trained in shit.
Yeah, he's got like fucking nothing.
He's stupid.
Hilarious. So I will go ahead and roll that.
Yep.
It should be there for everybody to see. If you want to, you don't have to. Total of 13.
13. That's very good.
Valor does speak up and says, "Are you a trade master? Are you authority? Please excuse our ignorance. we've dealt little with Rokani. You know that this is mostly true for you, not so true with Valor.
Yeah.
As the person pulls back, as they put their hands onto their stomach like this, and roll their shoulders as they turn their chin up to the two of you, looking up at both of you at a 5.5 foot stature, looking up at both of you, and simply says, I am one of many confidants that the Trade Marshal entrusts with running the city, but if you don't find comfort, and they squint their eyes at you and look at you with a piercing glare, Tanio, discussing your intent with me, perhaps Dalibor will be more your speed.
I'm gonna try to insight that.
Sure.
It's just perception.
Perception, okay.
Yeah. It's technically sense motive, which is a big perception-based check.
I forget, we're rolling on Foundry.
No,
Well, you don't have to.
Okay.
but I'm
First roll.
using I just
Natural.
I rolled on Foundry because I
Okay.
wanted to click a button.
That's pretty good.
That was it. That was really it.
That's a 15 for a 24.
That's really good.
Let me sorry.
Yeah. I'm good at perception.
No, you had a plus.
You said it's called sense motive, or it is perception.
It's perception. You're
I see.
taking the
I see.
sense motive action.
I understand.
Which is a roll a perception check.
And 24.
Yep.
As you get the feeling that what they've said is true. They seem clearly proud of their position, being a confidant, whatever that means, of the Trade Marshal, whatever that means. You're not familiar with that term, actually. That's not something you have in where you're from.
No.
Volmar doesn't have such an office or position. But they said Trade Marshal in Kytherin to you, so you feel as though maybe that is not something that is just Rokani in nature. You do see that they have not just a distrust, but a genuine disdain for you. Seemingly, it is your appearance, specifically your garb, that throws them off and has them distraught.
Fair enough. But their position does seem legitimate.
Yes.
Okay.
Their position does seem whatever confidant means in this situation.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean he has the right to do this, but he does have some position, so showing this right better than not showing him. As Tanu will pull out a couple things that he has on him. He will pull out the tail, as well as a vial of blood that he collected, plus a couple of the talons.
Okay. And what sort of creature could result in such a combination?
Well, I was traveling, as travelers do, and was attacked by a griffin. So,
His eyes widen. He recognizes the word, but you, from with your insight from before carrying over, you get the feeling that he only knows of them by like name and legend, perhaps, not by like visual sight.
yeah.
And you slew the beast.
Not really another way when it decides your dinner.
I didn't take either of you for such proficient types.
Well,
You see his shoulders weirdly loosen a little bit. Unfortunately, due to the nature of these items, you will still need to meet with Dalibor. He's the only one that can approve such trade.
of course, I'm more than happy to do so.
go to the trade marshal's office.
Where would that be?
Back the way you came. When you walked through the southern gate, there was a central building. Not quite a tower, shorter, lesser than that. You would see a circular window, tinted and stained. If you go through the front doors and take the stairs to the top, there will be guards. Tell them that Vama sent you.
Of course.
They should give you audience with the trade marshal.
Could you spell both his names?
The name Vama is this hobgoblin, Vama. The trade marshal.
Is that who we're talking to right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're talking to Vama. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
The trade marshal's name is Dalibor, and that is spelled, if I can pull that up, Dalibor. You would.
Or
What's up? Bor. Dalibor. Dalibor. It shouldn't take long. Assuming he's in office, that is.
Of course. Thank you for directing me in the right direction.
He, looks at you two, still with disdain, but now you see a healthy level of... I wouldn't quite call it respect. Awareness. Before, he almost approached you with the idea and true, genuine belief that he could probably take you. But you've just claimed you slew a griffin. A thing he doesn't think he can do. This guy does not think he can take you anymore.
And the funniest part is if he has a keen eye, that blood is not the blood of a griffin.
He doesn't have that keen of an eye. Nor would he know
Precisely.
what that means.
Yep.
As you turn back around, quickly walk to the building, you and he is correct. The giant gates that you walk through on the southern side of Kytheria, you see that there was a building directly in front of you with a purple Rokani flag and a blue with these dripping stripes of white for the Kytheran flag that you see and feel when you, almost glad that after the last 3 minutes you've been in the Rokani side, you're finally back on Kytheran soil. This building has both flags next to each other, and in between them there is a circular, large window, a 5-foot diameter. Though paneled, it's paneled with bars that go across it. Not one large piece of glass, but it is stained glass, depicting something that you would know to be Saint Vin. Spelled Saint normally, and then Vin is Fvin. That is who the small city of Vineyard is named after. Far north, as north as you can get. I think it's just barely more north than Kithe.
Yeah.
Yes. It is the northernmost point of Kythera. And it sucks up there. Yeah, so Fvin is Saint Fin. Yeah, and it is a stained glass depiction of Saint Fin. You see wearing yellow robes, holding a scepter in one hand and a bouquet of dead flowers in the other. Is the symbology for Saint Fin. Do you enter this facility?
Yeah. I go up to the guards and inform them. Vama sent me.
Yeah. There is one guard stationed just outside who looks at you and goes, you see that they, this guard is a Kytheran guard on the Kytheran side of this building, standing outside the front door, who just goes, right, here, let's, I'm not I'm just a street guard. You'll have to go further in. You'll have to go further in. When you step inside, there's a hallway that'll lead you further in. Don't take it. Take the staircase immediately to your right. It circles back around to the left, and then comes to the center. Should bring you to a doorway that'll lead you into the trade marshal's office. There you'll have to tell them that Voma sent you.
Oh.
That's where the 2 guards are. He like looks around, almost sheepishly and embarrassed, and just goes, "I'm leaning against this wall because I'm on break."
Ah, sorry.
It's fine. Normally I wouldn't be patrolling right next to you. And he looks 5 feet from you, the border between the two halves of the city, where now you look and notice, oh shit, the cold frozen dirt and long eroded away cobblestone streets of the Kypharan side are different than the more freshly laid and padded and paved red clay dirt of the Rokani side that has been crumbled, padded, dried, and cooled to be not brick by any means, but far smoother, flatter, cleaner, more notably. As because of its compacted nature, it doesn't really stain or track mud, and water doesn't pool on it. As he gestures to that, and you see 2 Rokani guards walk past. One who has their very demonic mouthed mask hanging from their helmet. These plates of bamboo that go down across the sides, 2 horns off the top. You recognize. Valor has told you anybody who wears a helmet like that with horns is an officer of some rank. As they walk past, you see they look over to you, a human with olive skin and a gnarly scar going along their bottom lip, grabs the mask and makes eye contact with you and the guard, and holds the mask up over their mouth, almost like a fuck you, just to cover their face and show you the demonic tusks of this mask, as they lower it back down and continue walking. Fucking... you Rockies. Alright.
Thank you very much. As Donna will push through and go up the staircase.
Yeah. Valor follows with, and as he goes to do so, the guard does put an arm out and just go, "Careful. Trade Marshal can be abrasive to certain folk," and gestures to Valor. Just as a heads up,
Thank you.
he's a bitter man. And the guard walks away as you 2 step forward in. You do so. You take the right staircase all the way up to the first platform, then wrap around to the left-hand side. Second staircase all the way up to the third platform, to this second larger story, where you see a wooden platform in this large open stairwell, where there are 2 guards. A Kypharan guard wearing a ceremonial bear's hide, thrown over the shoulder, claws almost connecting at the sternum, almost interlaced with each other. These 2 bear maws, bear paws, with claws still intact. They are shirtless underneath. It's warm in here. A fire burns right down at the bottom of the middle of this pit. The smoke comes up and through a hatch in the ceiling. As they're shirtless underneath and have blue paint spiraling in a Gaelic design across their body. You're very comfortable seeing this. This is standard in lots of larger Kypharan cities. This guard is somebody who is not just an officer of some kind, but has been rewarded for exemplary valor and virtue on the battlefield. This is somebody who has nearly died for Kyphera and has been honored with the traditional garb.
Nice.
An optional choice for them to wear, for some officers to wear. You see, they're an older, gruffer human, very pale skin. What was once blonde hair has started to prematurely turn white in their maybe mid-40s. and is kept pulled tight in a knot just at their chin for a beard. They're wearing a hide helmet with flaps with fur on the inside of it, and antlers coming off of either side that have been shaved down to be a more reasonable size. They look at you and you see the Bjorken battle axe next to them. Traditional weapon of a Kypharan officer. As their arm leans on it like this. He looks at you, squares his jaw and nods. To his left, you see a Rokani officer wearing the similar garb, plated helmet with the horns, and the demonic mask. This person has accents of not just the black and red that many of the officers and even the regular soldiers wear, but instead you see gold, plated probably, surely, integrated into parts of their armor. Not much, but it's there. Accent. It glistens and shines in the candlelight of the second floor as they look at you. Their demonic masks with these tusks that pull from the ceramic mouth. You see the tusks themselves are plated in gold. And the mouth, unlike others where the mouth is barely shut or where the mouth is shut and barely shows teeth, this one is twisted into a sadistic smile. As this guard looks at you, they don't seem to be human. They're probably a hobgoblin as well underneath. They're 5'8" maybe, which is tall for a hobgoblin. Broad-shouldered, and their hand consistently and perpetually rests on the blade, a long sword at their hip. And this is just their standing position. You see they probably hold this for hours at a time. As perfect posture, they narrow their eyes underneath their mask and helmet at you. As
Tanu has had to pull down his hood since it's warmer in the building, and also to seem less shady, as just ever so slightly able to be seen on his face are swirls of gold that are his tattoos as they swirl and just spiral into a point that seems like it just vanishes on the skin.
Yeah.
As he walks up. Hello, Vama sent me.
The Kypharan guard rolls his eyes and just goes, Lordy, of course, don't nearly for a moment. Never mind. It's you. As gestures to the other guard, the Rokani officer, looks with disdain at the Kypharan one, looks back to you and just goes, of course. Just a moment.